Hello everyone, I'm Drachona, and I want to talk about March for Our Lives. Now, this is going to be fairly quick because I've basically already made these points before on the exact same subject, and for the most part, I feel the same about this whole protest. But I just wanted to respond to this article which says, March for Our Lives will start a revolution, Parkland school shooting survivor says. Now, I just heard about this today, also from a news article, and my reaction to this initially was not the same as my initial reaction to the walkout thing. Actually, I think I already said this. I laughed the first time I saw that because I was thinking, so to raise awareness of gun violence, you're all going to walk outside into a wide open space? Yeah, that seems like a good idea that you totally thought through. But as I explained in my other video, I started off laughing and then I just got increasingly angry because I was thinking about the implications that this would have for the future. All these students who just think that, oh, hey, something went wrong, let's protest. Let's not actually, do anything. Let's just protest. And, and in some ways this is better because it's like, okay, I'm all for trying to raise awareness of a legitimate problem, even though we've been doing this for years and nothing has ever really been done. At this point, it just seems more like an opportunity to stand for something without actually having to do anything. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who want to make change, but ultimately nothing happens. So this is a little bit better because it's not combined with the whole walking out of school thing. And it's not just like a demonstration. It's actually people getting up and expressing their thoughts. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. At the same time, it's also an opportunity for a bunch of celebrities to get involved and virtue signal, that's great. I'm sure that their hearts are in the right place, but it doesn't make this seem more sincere. It actually makes it seem less sincere. It kind of draws attention away from the students, who I'm certain are sincere. So basically, this article just dogs on the NRA, which I don't have a problem with. It makes a reference to this hashtag slogan, which I'm still not used to. I know it's been multiple years, but I'm still not used to, like, every time something bad happens, it's like, oh, let's put a hashtag in front of it. That makes it seem genuine and heartfelt. It doesn't make it seem like a freaking joke. Hashtag me too. Now, one good thing about this article is that it does mention that one person, at least, talked about how this isn't just about gun control, because that's one of the most annoying things for me, and I said that in my last video, is that everybody just talks about gun control, gun control. It was probably this same kid who last time was talking about comprehensive gun control, and it's like, what does that mean? What does comprehensive gun control mean? You can't just say words. You have to actually explain what you want to have done. It's not enough just to say things. But in this quote, it's due to a mental health care problem, a gun control problem, which, like I said, is pretty much last on the list. It is important, but it's not as important as dealing with the people, because the people are responsible for this. You can take away guns, and it'll be mass bombings. You take away the bombs, it'll be something else. It's the people. The people are the fundamental problem. I'm not sure what they mean by an American problem? Like, this is only a problem here? I mean, it's not, but if you're trying to say that it is a problem in the United States, well, duh, we already know that. Alright, now see, this is something that really annoys me, because no one is going to question this except for people like me who, actually think about shit. Because people are just going to think, oh, it's toward a good cause, let's just not question it. Since the Parkland school shooting, Hogg, this guy, and classmates, including Cameron Kasky, Emma Gonzalez, Alex Wynn, and Jacqueline Korn, have played a leading role in helping to jumpstart a movement for greater restrictions on guns. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, it's not just about guns. It's primarily about people. A GoFundMe for March for Our Lives raised $3.3 million. And some celebrities contributed to that. What is the money for? Seriously. So this is something that happened today, and there's a GoFundMe today that has already raised $3.3 million. So it's not like it's funding the protests. What is that money going toward? I'm not saying it can't go towards something positive, but the article just ends. It just ends there. It just ends with a picture. That's it. That's the end. So it doesn't even explain what that $3.3 million is for. That's a lot of money. I mean, I'm not saying that the GoFundMe is just a front and that they're basically just stealing money from people. I don't have any proof of that. But why doesn't this article explain what it's for? It seems like that would be so simple. You can't just say, hey, there's a GoFundMe. Okay, what for? For the protests that have already happened? What for? What is it supporting? Why are celebrities contributing money? To do what? You don't need money to affect legislation. I mean, what's the thinking here? So I actually went to the GoFundMe page, and I just find it odd that they mention funding the marches, this march that has already happened, so I guess they're planning on having other marches, before they actually talk about the victims' funds. Now, I don't have anything against giving money to the families of the victims. I guess to help pay for funerals and stuff like that. Outside of that, I don't know if money is really going to make it any easier to deal with. But why is the goal $3.8 million? How did they come to that number? Why would it take that much money to support these marches? And didn't a bunch of people just show up? Okay, maybe they paid for a stage. Well, that doesn't cost millions of dollars. I mean, why? This goes right back to the video that I just made. Instead of having these protests, instead of having these marches, I understand trying to raise awareness, but why not just use this money for other things? Why not just donate all the money to the families of the victims? Why not that? Why are you spending money on these marches, these protests? It is costing money, apparently. It's costing a lot of money, or it's going to cost a lot of money for them to do these protests, these marches. All that money is going to do is go to a bunch of people who stand up in front of a podium and tell you the things you already know. What's the point of it? What is being accomplished? It's not raising awareness. We already know that you literally just had a demonstration. And now you have another one, and you're already making plans for more. Why? For what? What is being accomplished? Why not just spend your time and your money actually trying to make change? I just find this to be incredibly stupid. I'm caught in between the fact that I'm not against these people for wanting to make change, but I'm also angry at them because it seems like they think that all that they should be doing is protesting and marching. Some kind of protest, some kind of demonstration that can be broadcast on national television. Like, they think that's all that they should be doing. It's not that that's all they can do. They clearly recognize there's more they can do, but that's all they're gonna do. Because they want to be seen. Because they want their names to be heard. I'm not saying that's all that it is, but if you want to prove me wrong, then why don't you just quietly donate the money? Why don't you just quietly, why don't you just donate your time and your money to the cause? And don't just hand over money, explain what it is for. This is so incredibly vague. They talk about how much money they received after they started this, how much money they're still getting, but they don't explain specifically where this money is going or what their plans are. You started a GoFundMe that has raised $3.4 million with a goal of $3.8 million, and nowhere in the description do you explain, here's what we want. Here's what we want to change. You talk about the change we want to see. Well, what is that? I'm not going to give you a cent until I know what you actually want to do. Because I can see into the freaking future, and this is just going to be, maybe a couple more protests, a couple more marches. Nothing is going to happen because nobody actually goes where they need to go and does the things that they need to do to make change. It's just a bunch of people virtue signaling, and then we move on until the next mass shooting, and then people get all up in arms like they deserve to get up in arms when they didn't do shit last time. If you show me where I can spend my time and money, then I will do it. I mean, I don't have a lot of money, but I will actually help if you tell me what I can do. Don't just say comprehensive gun control. Don't just say the change we want to see. You have to give me specifics. Otherwise, I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to believe that you actually want change because you're not laying anything out. You haven't shown me that you've actually thought this through. All you've shown me is that you can stand in front of a podium and say words. That's not enough. Anyway, I'm Drachona, and again, try to have a nice day. I'm not sure if I'll make a video the next time this happens, because it probably will, unless they continue to do and say stupid things, or or the demonstration or whatever it is gets even more ridiculous or turns into some kind of riot. I hope not. Just donate the money toward a cause. Explain what that cause is first, and just stop. Okay? Don't stop trying to make change, but stop with all the freaking protesting, okay? Protesting alone is not the answer. It amazes me how many people don't seem to get that. So many people are defending this, just like they defended the National Walkout Day. Because it's like, oh, you're protesting something that is bad? You're against gun violence, something that most people are against. I mean, even people from the NRA aren't going to be like, yay, I'm pro-gun violence. The problem here is that these people aren't thinking at all. Clearly, the moment that they decided to walk out of school to make a point about gun violence, not even thinking about the symbolism of that, it tells me that the kids aren't thinking, their teachers aren't thinking, the general public isn't thinking, and the media is eating it up. Anything to stir the pot. I would love for things to change, but I feel like I've done more for this cause by pointing out that it's not just about gun control, that it's much more about the people than all these people have done with their millions of dollars and with their thousands of people. So maybe, just maybe, they should all stop, take a look in the mirror, and ask themselves, what are they actually accomplishing, and is there maybe something else that they should be doing? Is there maybe a better use of their time? Again, I'm Drachona, and have a nice day.